We all know about cancer and common cancers. So, endometrial cancer, skin cancer, liver cancer, prostate cancer, colon cancer.
Yeah.
These 5 cancers, people who drink coffee have a lower cancer mortality from these. So, 5 cancers: cirrhosis of the liver, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's dementia, the early stage of Alzheimer's called cognitive decline, low risk in coffee drinkers, low risk of type 2 diabetes. Here both decaf and regular coffee work. And if you drink 4 to 6 cups, there's a 40 to 54% reduction in developing type 2 diabetes. And if one already has type 2 diabetes and they drink 2 cups, regular or decaf, there's a 30% reduction in cardiovascular mortality.
Beyond wine, we really care about health, the health of the planet and the health of each other. That's what inspired us to start this business. Our family of team members meets every morning for a group meditation, followed by an open gratitude session. We believe a sound mind with a focus on peace is the best instrument for change. Joint meditation is the cornerstone of our company culture, and it helps us remember what's important, spreading joy and love, just like our family growers. Our family is a collection of passionate, health-conscious individuals who love to laugh and enjoy each other's company. We eat seasonally, grow our own vegetables, cook together, and share wine. Our team is incredibly dedicated to our mission. Everything from sourcing the wines to answering service questions. Your natural wines are found and sourced around the world by our wine team. They taste every one, oversee their lab testing, and choose exactly which ones go in which box. If you order, your individual box will be packed by our incredibly hardworking fulfillment team. If you have any questions, your service requests will be handled by a wonderfully loving member experience family who only have one goal in mind, your 100% happiness. This video is put together by our talented media team, filmed and edited in-house, just like the rest of our artful media. From our unique creations to our printed lifestyle piece called A Matter of Taste. We put love into everything we do, and we hope to share it with you.
Good afternoon. Happy Saturday. You're listening to the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. My name is Dr. Aaron Ernst, and hey, it's a show where pounds are shed, disease is dead, and where you can be set free from your health problems. I love that today I get to coach and guide and inspire you to living life to your fullest functional health potential. And today we're continuing the conversation on how to engage weight loss as we're now getting closer to Christmas and New Year's. This is the time most people start focusing on the to-do lists and the shopping lists and the gift lists and this everything else other than themselves. So I'm going to propose a challenge. Starting today, I'm going to begin a 4-week health coaching program with you guys. And it begins with what we did last week, okay? How to engage in getting rid of visceral body fat. If you missed last week, I've been giving away a 4-week health transformation guide. It's turn on your fat burning switch, but I'm going to up the ante this week by engaging now coaching You're going to get emails with encouragements and steps and guides, and honestly, a whole program that if you implement what's in this ebook and what you'll get through your emails and our Facebook online private group, you could transform your health between now and the end of the year. You could be 10 or 15 pounds lighter. You could be more energetic. You could be transforming your health, blood pressure, cholesterol, triglycerides, sugars. It's possible that by the first or second week of the new year, 2024, you could already say, I got myself the greatest Christmas, New Year's gift. I don't need a resolution because I already did this. So if you're someone who's looking for a health journey, text the word weight loss with your name and email right now to 704-906-2094. You're going to get my 4-week done-for-you fat-burning switch ebook. It has every single breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, and dessert for the next 4 weeks laid out. Shopping lists to make the grocery stores easy. It'll tell you exactly what to get. We're also gifting away local Charlotte area restaurants that are Ask Dr. Ernst approved. That means they're healthy and you can go out to eat at them. And we're opening up now an online coaching program through a private Facebook group where you can Q&A with me for absolutely free. Listen, coaching with me 4 weeks, you're looking $1,600, $1,800 on the average. Right now, Christmas, New Year's gift, yours. 0 cost, just the engagement. You have to take the action. Text the word weight loss with your name and email to 704-906-2094. My team's going to pop over to you the ebook. It is your workbook. It is your guide. And then we start this journey beginning Monday. Okay. Today's topic is the top 5 hormones that you need to engage if you really want to lose weight. Listen, this is not about cutting back calories or counting carbohydrates or visiting the gym and working harder. Weight loss is not an equation. It is not work harder, eat less, right? It used to be this concept, less calories in, more calories out, you lose weight. Yeah, you might lose 5 pounds, but some of you are needing to do 15, 20, 30, 40. In order to do that, we have to engage your fat-burning hormones. There are 5 of them, so this is worth taking note on. Number 1, and you may have never heard of this before, it's adiponectin. Guys, this is a hormone that's very unique because it is produced by the fat cells in your body, and it's released through the insulin signaling pathway. So adiponectin, listen to this, has the ability to directly lower your sugars, break down triglycerides, increase the burning of fat, and also help with muscle building. There are studies that show that if you have high levels of circulating adiponectin, these people lose weight without effort. So if you've been struggling, if you hit a plateau, if you're kind of like flatlining, it's more than likely your body's not producing enough adiponectin. And when someone consumes a lot of calories, like diets that are high in fats, like trans fats and there's standard synthesized and sort of seed oils like we talked last time, canola, margarines, all the healthy oils, what this does is it causes adiponectin levels to go down. As a result, triglycerides will be elevated, the fats in your body aren't burned, and your muscles don't have the required energy that they need. So if you understand that adiponectin is a hormone produced by your fat cells, and it is stimulated so that you burn the fat for energy, you lower your sugars, you lower your triglycerides, I think you can see it is one of the key fat-burning hormones that we need to teach you how to stimulate. So I'm going to reveal to you the 5 hormones that you got to pay attention to, and then watch this. The 5 simplest, easiest ways you can activate these fat hormones, and it doesn't require crazy gym workouts or stimulatory diets or even injections with hormones and things to this effect. One of the best things you can do to increase your adiponectin, ready for this, is to start using the enhancing metabolic effects of green tea. 1 to 2 cups of matcha green tea. Make sure it is organic, guys. The biggest things with teas today is they're heavily sprayed with pesticides. So if we're using an organic, either matcha or green tea, It is the greatest thing you can do to stimulate adiponectin. You may have heard about these effects of green tea, right? Green tea helps to decrease your allergy reactions. It reduces body fat. How? By stimulating adiponectin. It improves skin health. It can fight off depression. It can improve your memory. And they've even shown that green tea helps to keep your blood sugars in track, the levels staying on par. Why? It stimulates adiponectin. So again, adiponectin, the hormone number one that you need to pay attention to that most people are not addressing because A, they didn't know it existed, B, they had no clue it had anything to do with weight loss. And if your adiponectin levels are low, you're going to hit that plateau. And I know that you've struggled with this, right? Dr. Ernst, I've lost 10 pounds. I changed my diet, but it just stopped. Think adiponectin. Dr. Ernst, like I'm doing everything right and I'm not losing any more weight. Think adiponectin. Again, adiponectin. I know you probably have never heard of it before. It is a hormone that is secreted by the fat in your body and it's released through the insulin signaling pathways, which means you can engage it by decreasing your blood sugars and allowing your body to start burning fat for energy. Guys, I have the exact steps on how to do that inside our Turn On Your Fat Burning Switch ebook, including 80 recipes that help to stimulate adiponectin. That alone is worth you picking up the phone and texting your name, your email, and the word weight loss to 704-906-2094. I'll send you the ebook. And then again, like I mentioned, it's a 4-week health journey so we can get your hormones working, get you burning fat, and get your body engaging in self-healing. Hormone number 2 that's resolving in fat burning is a hormone called ghrelin. It's involved in what's known as your gut-brain connection because it's primarily produced in your stomach, and it is the hormone that sends a signal to your brain to say, control your appetite. You guys are going to love this. There's so many people who say, well, I take these appetite-suppressing supplements or appetite-suppressing medications. What you're not understanding is that if ghrelin is out of control, you're going to be craving foods, specifically sweet, salty, crunchy, all the high carbohydrate foods that are going to prevent you from burning fat. So again, ghrelin is a gut-brain hormone. It's produced in your stomach. Its job is to control your appetite. It is the major hormone responsible, ready for this, for regulating your metabolism and triggering human growth hormone. Now, human growth hormone is really popular right now. There's people even doing injections with human growth hormone because it helps to build muscle and burn body fat. When you have an overproduction of ghrelin, it's going to stimulate this series of cascades. Number 1 being your stomach's going to empty faster than it should. This will notify your brain for the need for more food, and thus it increases the sensation of hunger. So if you're kind of like, man, I'm eating, but I'm always hungry, like I just can't seem to stop that hunger sensation, think ghrelin. Ghrelin also has this nasty habit of turning on your fat accumulation process. So it's a hormone that says store fat, be hungry. Research shows that ghrelin concentrations are correlated to stomach size and can slow weight loss efforts because of the fact that, again, it makes you hungry. So here's what we want to stop. It's a hormone that naturally is produced as your stomach empties out. As ghrelin levels go up, your hunger goes up and your reward center in your brain is triggered. So the desire for sort of fatty, high-calorie, salty, crunchy snacks goes up. So if you're ever thinking like, how do I stop this craving? We have to focus on ghrelin. Once you eat something, then of course, digestion is going to be activated. The ghrelin levels start to come down because the stomach is full. And then all of a sudden, now we start to see the stomach empty and then ghrelin levels start to rise again. So if we want to get ghrelin under control, you're going to need to activate it through these 5 steps I'm going to reveal to you. Hang tight because there's other hormones I have to talk to you about. But when you get these things working for you, you burn fat like a fiend. Okay, hormone number 3. Insulin. An imbalance in insulin, most people will associate with diabetes, but you can have insulin imbalances even if you're not a diabetic. Because insulin is simply a hormone that's secreted anytime you eat anything. When you put food in your mouth and you chew it and swallow it, your pancreas is going to help to normalize the blood sugar lift that comes from that. And what it does is it will secrete insulin. When adequate, so when you eat a correct, healthy amount of carbohydrates and you secrete the correct amount of insulin, your body will push sugar into the cell, you'll produce energy, and you'll burn fat. But here's the challenge. Repetitious spikes in insulin will lead to food cravings. It leads to insulin resistance, which is what we see with type 2 diabetics and even pre-diabetics. And in fact, insulin spikes have been shown to affect neurotransmitters in your brain, which make brain fog, forgetfulness, anxiety, etc. Insulin resistance will prevent glucose from being transported into the cell. And as a result, the sugar that hangs around in your blood is now going to be turned into fat. Excess sugars, because of having insulin resistance, is what turns on the fat reserve, fat storage process known as metabolic sparing. So we're trying to prevent our body from being inflamed because of the excess sugars. So your liver will often take the excess sugar, turn it into fat, and put these fatty deposits into your organs. It can be in your liver. It can be in your intestines. And so what we see here is when we start to have signs of insulin resistance, we tend to be overweight with an unresponsive weight loss. It's called weight loss resistance. You do the diet, you do the exercise, nothing works. So we have a very difficult time losing weight. We tend to notice that it takes more food for us to feel full because of the insulin spikes. We have, therefore, a larger appetite. We crave sweets, especially after eating. So if you've had a really healthy lunch and then afterwards you're like, man, I just want nothing but desserts and ice cream and cookies, that's an indication of an insulin resistance issue. And if you're also tired after you eat, there's again another sign of insulin resistance, even if you're not a diabetic. And because we know insulin is not just a sugar hormone, we have to be careful. Insulin will make you store fat. Insulin makes your cholesterol go up. Insulin makes your triglycerides go up. It even makes your blood pressure go up. You would be amazed at the number of people that I work with who say, I need help with these chronic conditions. I want to get off medications for blood pressure, cholesterol, triglycerides, arrhythmias, palpitations, and I hone in and go straight to sugars. And they're like, Dr. Ernst, I don't have diabetes. And it's, you're not diagnostic, but you have insulin resistance starting to form. Healthy levels of insulin when fasting should be less than 10 nanograms per deciliter. And unfortunately, a lot of us will have higher levels of insulin than we need. And again, why is insulin a fat-burning hormone? It promotes sugar burning when healthy, and when unhealthy, it promotes fat storage. Hey, you may have heard of a hormone called leptin. Leptin is referred to as your I'm full hormone. Remember, ghrelin says I'm hungry. Adiponectin says burn fat. Insulin says turn the sugar into energy. And what leptin says is I'm full. So in a sense, when leptin's working properly, it will help to regulate when you should stop eating. It's often regarded to as the hormone that is responsible for obesity and weight loss resistance because many of us are in a state called leptin resistance, where we have a tremendous amount of leptin. And this leads to a decrease in human growth hormone and a decrease in adiponectin. So if you have high levels of leptin, you're going to have really low levels of adiponectin. And there's the problem, guys. You can't burn fat without adiponectin. Your insulin levels will go up, so your body stores fat instead of burning it. Ghrelin goes up, so I'm hungry all the time. And because leptin isn't working, your brain doesn't hear the signal to say, stop eating, you're full. And so as a result, we have this cascade. It's the fight of our hormones to help us to balance hunger versus fullness, fat burning versus fat storage. And where a lot of you are is really high leptin, tremendous amounts of hunger. You're not burning fat. Your sugars are elevating. It leads to an inflammatory process. And now, number 5, the big one, cortisol. If your cortisol levels are off balance, you're going to have a difficult time losing weight no matter what you do. You could become a raw vegan and do CrossFit workouts every single day of the week, and you're going to plateau out. You won't lose weight. Am I speaking to the choir? And you'll be going, how on earth do I do this? I guess I just have to work harder. No, we have to start balancing our hormones. Adiponectin, ghrelin, insulin, leptin, and now cortisol. Cortisol is the stress response. It is the hormone that will turn off the ability for you to burn fat. Overproduction of cortisol can lead to things like chronic fatigue, sugar imbalances, neural dysregulation. We start to see tremors and numbness and tingling, and it can lead to food cravings because, again, it slows down the hormones that help us to feel full, not be hungry, and burn fat. Your adrenal glands are what secrete cortisol. And what we've seen here is that if you have extended durations of chronic stress, anxiety, etc., your body's ability to balance cortisol starts to drop. This creates what's known as a catabolic effect. Very important you understand this. It's where your body breaks down bone and muscle tissue to store fat because it thinks you're in a high stress state, so it's trying to protect you. So if you're somebody who's struggling with osteoporosis or osteopenia, my first thought is, hormones are out of balance. If you're having a difficult time gaining healthy muscle, especially as we hit 50, 60, 70, a lot of us will say, well, I'm just losing muscle mass. My nutritionist, my doctors, they want me to eat more protein. That can help, but we need to get your cortisol levels balanced. Reduced lean body tissues over time will cause a breakdown in your metabolism, which leads to more fat storage, elevated insulin, which can start to lead to insulin resistance. So if you guys can see this, if you're in a state of hormonal stress, you'll be tired during the day but wired at night. You might have high blood pressure. You might have brain fog, forgetfulness, or what we call sort of concentration difficulty. Usually our sex drive starts to tank. We start gaining weight. We have a weakened immune response. And so if we can get things to improve, you'll see improvements in your health without you really having to do much. You just need to adopt the 5 steps of hormone balancing that I'm going to reveal to you today. And I highly encourage that you take us on our 4-week health journey challenge. Let's turn on your fat burning switch the right way by engaging your hormones. Inside this ebook that I'm giving away are 80 recipes that support all of these hormones in the right direction. An entire 4-week meal plan. Guys, we did it all. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and desserts using those 80 recipes that will get you burning fat because it balances adiponectin. It makes it come back up. It gets ghrelin to under control so you're not hungry all the time. It can balance your insulin levels so we start burning sugars properly and stop burning fat. It'll get leptin to start making you feel full when you eat your foods, and it helps to lower your cortisol levels. If we do that, you would literally watch 15, 20, 30 pounds of fat melt off your body, and all it takes is you engaging in these 5 steps I'm going to teach today, which are all summarized for you in our Fat Burning Switch ebook. And again, as a Christmas/New Year's holiday gift, I'm launching a 4-week health coaching program through a private Facebook group that you can join us with. You'll get emails with health tips. You'll get direct Q&A with myself and my team. We just need to know, are you ready to make a health change as we wrap this year out? If that's you, text the word weight loss plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. Again, 704-906-2094. The ebook is yours for free. The invitation to the health coaching will come directly to you. And let's start now so you can get your hormones balanced, start burning fat, get your energy back. And again, the joy of this is there's no crazy workouts, no intense gyms required. Simply you saying, I'm going to take a different route. I'm going to focus on my hormones. I've got to learn what they are, where they come from, and implement the 5-step hormone balancing guide that I'm going to reveal to you when we come back from this commercial break. So again, what are the top 5 fat-burning hormones that you're probably not using properly? Adiponectin, produced by your fat cells. It makes your body burn fat for energy and can even lower your blood sugars. Ghrelin, it's produced by your stomach. It stimulates hormones that make you hungry, and it causes you to store more fat. So can you see if ghrelin's out of balance, you're hungry all the time, and you're gaining weight? If we can get your insulin under control, yes, it's produced by your pancreas. Yes, it's a response to the sugar you eat, but high fluctuations, lots of pings with insulin will stimulate fat storage, not fat burning. Leptin is produced by your fat cells, and it tells your brain, I am full, don't eat anymore. And what a lot of you have is what's called leptin resistance. So we got to get the leptin levels down. Again, I'm going to show you how to do this as soon as our commercial break ends. And cortisol, the big one. This is the one that makes our sugar cravings go up. It's what makes our blood pressure go up. It's what makes our cholesterol go up. If we can get cortisol levels down, you burn fat like a fiend. Take a moment and text your name and your email, plus the word weight loss, to 704-906-2094. Hey, it's the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. We're giving away our 4-week health transformation fat burning switch ebook. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
What if we told you coffee was good for you?
Coffee is the single highest source of antioxidants in the Western diet. More antioxidants than kale, more antioxidants than 70% dark chocolate, and more antioxidants than blueberries.
In fact, what if we told you that coffee is really good for you?
Research shows that 3 to 5 cups of coffee per day dramatically enhances performance in high-intensity exercise, improves memory, reaction times, and overall cognitive function, decreases risk of depression, promotes weight loss by boosting metabolic rates, reduces risk of type 2 diabetes up to 40%, decreases risk of liver cancer up to 71%, reduces risk of Parkinson's up to 30%, and decreases risk of Alzheimer's up to 65%. Overall, coffee drinkers live longer. People who drink 3 to 5 cups of coffee per day have about a 15% lower risk of premature mortality compared to people who don't drink coffee.
And what if we told you that the health benefits of coffee could actually be increased through conscious roasting, sourcing, and processing? Introducing Purity, a health-conscious coffee company. At Purity, we've brought together a world-class team to analyze every step in the production chain from cherry to cup. We make decisions with only one thing in mind. How can we make the healthiest coffee in the world? Here's our 3-step process. Step 1, we search the world for the highest quality organic green beans that meet our exacting standards. Way less than 1% of coffee worldwide fit our sourcing criteria. Step 2, we test, and test again to create a specific roasting protocol for each harvest that maximizes healthy compounds and minimizes toxins. Step 3, we nitrogen pack our coffee within 48 hours of roasting and deliver to your door every 2 weeks to ensure maximum freshness. The result is the ultimate coffee drinking experience. You'll not only taste the difference in our clean, healthy coffee, with Purity, you'll feel the difference.
Our coffee club members report a bright, alert lift with less jitters than regular coffee and much more gentle on the stomach.
Sign up for Purity today, and you'll never have to worry about your source for healthy coffee again.
Hi, my name is Gary Greenfield with Greenfield Water Solutions, and I want to introduce you to our newest product, the MR500. It's a whole house structured water filter system. It's set up in an all stainless steel multi-round filter housing. It features inlet and outlet for the water, a bleeder valve for when you're changing out the filters to reduce pressure, and to remove the top for access to the filters. We simply open up the clamp, remove the top, and this plate here holds all the filters in place. Simple to remove. It comes out, and you can see what we have on the inside here. It's 5 Aquamedics filters and a vortexing tube and a harmonizer. That's the whole system. This is designed to filter 5 gallons per minute, and all of the contaminants that it does remove are listed on the website, which is a very broad array of contaminants. These are the highest rated filters that I know of on the market that are filter cartridges. They can be changed out yearly. And of course, the process is very simple. You won't have to hire a plumber to do a change out. And the filters are available from Greenfield Water Solutions. And if you want to know more about this, you can read about it on the product page or give us a call. Thanks for watching. That's it for now from Greenfield Water Solutions.
To bring you the best natural wine the world has to offer, we've designed a fully curated membership program. Every selection you receive is different and unique. Every wine is picked by our wine team, lab tested for purity, and curated into a special box for your enjoyment. So how does the membership work? We offer two main options: a half case of 6 bottles or a full case of 12. You can request all reds, all whites, or a perfect split of both. Then, you can set the frequency, monthly or every other month. We offer a similar simple membership for rosé and sparkling wines. After you choose these basic options, we'll do the rest. With every box we send you, we aim to present the greatest diversity of flavors, textures, and profiles. There is a healthy mix of the classics, but also rare varietals. We do this because natural wines taste different from their commercial counterparts. We want to share the best possible experience with you, so you can discover new wines you love. And you can always reorder a wine that took your heart, or ask us to avoid certain profiles. The best part is, you don't need any wine knowledge to fully enjoy these boxes. We curate our selections to be enjoyed without worry. Ultimately, this is Dry Farm Wines. We are so grateful to be able to share the power of natural wines with you.
Good afternoon. Hey, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. You're listening to the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. What an incredible day we're having today. Listen, we're talking about the top 5 hormones that you need to pay attention to when you want to lose weight. Again, it's hormones that help us to lose weight, not so much how much we're pushing in our gyms and how crazy we've gone with restrictive diets. We're talking today about 5 hormones that if you engage them, your body can start to melt fat fast. And I've seen this happen with patients, 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds. The only way to get into that zone, guys, is to engage your fat burning switch, which is why I'm giving away today our ebook called Turn On Your Fat Burning Switch. It's a supportive guide. Think of it as a 4-week health transformation. Recipes, meal plans, shopping lists, everything you need to engage these 5 hormones I'm talking to you about today is inside this ebook. And as I mentioned, as part of a Christmas gift / New Year's celebration for yourself, I'm giving away 4 weeks of online health coaching absolutely free to you starting Monday this week. You'll get access to a private Facebook page where myself and our doctors and our clinicians can answer your questions for your health, no cost whatsoever. We'll give you guidance on how to implement your 4-week health transformation. You'll get weekly emails from us with health tips and challenges. Think of it as a 4-week between now and the first couple weeks of the new year way that you can transform your health so you don't need a resolution. You get to again celebrate the revolution that's taken place by you getting your health back. As we talked at the top of the hour, 5 hormones that we must pay attention to. Here they are in case you just missed us or are now just tuning in. Adiponectin, a hormone produced by your fat cells which makes your body burn fat. What a lot of you don't have is enough adiponectin to stimulate the fat burning process. So we're going to show you how to boost that. Ghrelin, it's a hormone produced by your stomach that makes you hungry. Think about it. Ghrelin, right? The stomach will growl when we're hungry. So the hormone will stimulate your brain to eat and eat and eat and typically crave those sweet, salty snacks, crunchy things that most of us would say, I just can't seem to put them down. It's a hormone in your brain sending the signal. If we get ghrelin down, your cravings for food go away. Your desire to eat lots of foods is diminished. If we get adiponectin levels up, you burn fat without even trying. Insulin, of course, as we've talked about, is one that regulates your blood sugars. But if your insulins are spiking multiple times throughout the day because of eating too often, then what happens is it promotes fat storage. Leptin is a hormone that tells you I'm full, I don't need to eat anymore, I have plenty of reserves, stop the consumption of food. And yet what happens is many of us don't have enough properly working leptin in our body. If we get leptin burning, you burn fat. If we get leptin working, you feel full. And of course, cortisol, which is the increasing our blood sugar, making us have more cravings, making us stressed out, packing our fat around our abdomen. Why don't we go now down the process of solving this? The top 5 steps to fix these top 5 hormones, and you can start burning fat. Again, remember, all of this is in our fat burning ebook, How to Turn on Your Fat Burning Switch. You can grab this right now, which includes 4-week health transformation, 4-week health coaching, all the fat burning recipes. We put this out last week. Over 300 people texted in. It was a lot and said, I want it. So why don't you join this movement as we create new health for this new year? Text the word weight loss with your name and email to 704-906-2094, and it's yours. We'll get you connected, and you'll get into the health challenge for this month. Okay, number 1, biggest and by far the greatest thing you can do to balance your hormones. And listen, this isn't just going to make you lose weight. I don't know if you guys know this or not. When your hormones are out of balance, we see things like fatigue, depression, anxiety, decreased libido, infertility. And here's the big challenge. A lot of it comes down to irritation and inflammation within the gut. So now we see joint pains and chronic fatigue and thyroid issues and diagnostic conditions, high blood pressure, cholesterol, triglycerides. So doing these 5 steps isn't just going to balance your fat burning hormones. It can help to balance all of your hormones, which will give you greater energy, greater vitality, and your health. Step number 1. I know you're going to think, Dr. Ernst, you got to be kidding me. That's it, really? That's all I have to do, and I can start balancing my hormones? Yes, it has to do with your hydration. I want you to think of it like this. When you're dehydrated, the cells of your body actually shrink. They've proven this. Your brain slightly shrinks. The cells in your body shrink. And when that happens is as your cells shrink, they actually retract the receptors that receive the signals from hormones. It's a natural response to spare the energy of the body. It takes a lot of energy for your cells to replicate and put new hormone receptors so that all those hormones that you want working will land and burn fat. So when you're dehydrated, your cells shrink, they pull the receptors in, and those hormones don't work. Look, when you allow your body to become deficient in water, you get a signal from your brain that says, I need to rehydrate. And what the research shows is this sort of hydration hormone response. It's aldosterone that comes from the kidney and the adrenal glands. And what it does is it makes you thirsty. But here's the challenge. When adiponectin is off balance, when ghrelin is high, when your insulin's off track, when leptin's out of balance and cortisol is high, that thirst hormone signal is perceived as I'm hungry. I know you all have experienced this to some degree. I'm thirsty is accidentally translated into I'm hungry, so you eat. It will slightly temporarily satisfy that hormone response. You'll feel really good, but then the hydration starts to drop and the signal is sent again, and it's confused, and we eat when we should be hydrating. Optimal hydration is responsible for organic function. This is things like your kidneys to be able to get rid of the stress hormones that are making you burn fat. When your kidneys are healthy, they're going to recognize, hey, there's too much adiponectin floating around, or there's too much ghrelin, or there's too much leptin, and we need to balance it. We need to flush it. But when you're dehydrated, that doesn't happen, and you keep reabsorbing hormones and nutrients and things back into your blood. Fat-burning hormones also require water to make the fat burn. Okay, think about it like this. If I want a fire to burn out in the environment, I need air, oxygen, fuel, wood, and a spark, fire. Okay, if I put enough oxygen in there, that fire is going to burn. In your body, it's completely different. For you to burn the fuel, fat, we need air, oxygen, but we also need water. It's a critical element in the conversion process of fats into energy, and a lot of you are simply clinically and chronically dehydrated, which causes us to lose our fat-burning power. Listen to this. Studies find that only 2% loss of body fluids, meaning dehydration by only 2%, will result in a shift in hormones, making your body not able to burn fat to its full efficiency. 2%, that's all it takes. So how do we increase our hydration rates? Okay, well, there's the classic sort of 32 ounces of water right when you wake up in the morning, followed by half of your body weight by noon, and at least another half by the end of the day. So this is the secret. See, a lot of you are drinking water just, small amounts throughout the day. And it doesn't really work like that. The moment you wake up, 32 ounces of water within the first hour, it causes a hyperhydration. It will prevent the deficit from the previous night. So your brain wakes up saying, oh, I'm hydrated, instead of I'm dehydrated. As you're going throughout the first half of your day, there's where we want to do half your body weight in ounces. So by roughly noon, you should already be drinking half of your body weight. See, many of you are doing half your body weight till the end of the day. No, by noon. Then we need at least the other half of your body weight done by the end of the day. For most of you, this is going to be north of a gallon per day. And I know what you might be thinking, oh my God, it's such a large amount of water. I'm going to need to be urinating quite often. Yes. Remember, as urine is coming out, so are toxins, so are hormones that we want to become more balanced. Let's get your body back to being well hydrated. Watch out for doing caffeine, specifically early in the morning, because it causes more dehydration. And I want you to completely avoid the sweetened carbonated beverages like sodas and or energy drinks or sweet teas, because they make you more dehydrated. Here's something you can try. It's an amazing hydration tonic. Take at least a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, the juice of half of a lemon, and put that into 10 to 12 ounces of water. You're going to get what's called a hyperhydration drink. You can actually activate your energy by putting a small dusting of Himalayan salt. So like an eighth of a teaspoon or something to that effect. What this does is it's going to increase your digestion and detoxification power, partly because lemons have an atomic structure that's very similar to digestive enzymes and digestive juices. So it'll get your stomach moving properly, which can help to lower your ghrelin levels. Number 2, usually lemon juice will help to stimulate that sensation of hydration. So it makes your brain say, I am no longer thirsty, which means you lose the hunger signals, which means you start to balance out ghrelin and leptin. We also know that if you can skip that morning coffee and instead do a lemon tonic like I just described, you'll get the huge push in your energy, but you don't get the negative effects of that caffeine crash. Negatively charged ions that are found in the salts will also enhance your digestive system to help you absorb more nutrients and you get more energy. Don't forget, vitamin C is also a very powerful antioxidant, which can help to protect your cells from irritative oxygen damage. So we're getting this massive powerhouse hydration wash with something simple like apple cider vinegar, lemon juice, water, and salt. Hey, is that found inside of our recipe ebook? Yes, it is, along with other energy tonics and fat-burning tonics. And watch this, 80 recipes that burn fat fast because they help to balance your hormones. You can grab this ebook for free right now by texting your name and the word weight loss with your email to 704-906-2094. And that also gets you into the 4-week health challenge, and it gets you into the 4-week coaching guides that we're going to be sending out to you. So again, take an opportunity now. Let's join this revolution of hormone balancing for fat burning, and I'll send you everything you need. You just need to text your name, your email, and the word weight loss to 704-906-2094. Okay, number 2, obviously I think it makes sense. We want to have a diet that promotes healthy hormone balance. And a lot of this has to do with the types of foods you eat. Specifically, are we getting the ones that incorporate prebiotic and probiotic gut bacteria? This is going to be things like increasing your fermented foods, coconut water, sauerkrauts, kefirs, kimchis. These probiotic healthy bacteria keep your digestive system on track and moving properly, so we absorb the nutrients we need, and it helps us to balance our inflammation. Make sure you include fatty acid-rich foods like grass-fed beef, wild-caught salmon, free-range chicken, coconut oils, chia seeds, flax seeds. There's an entire list of foods for you in our ebook, and it will guide you through this process, but you just need to understand, when we eat healthy fats, we burn fat. When we eat high carbs, we burn carbs, and the problem with that is we spike our insulin, which then says store fat. You can also adapt and add what are called adaptogenic herbs. This is like rhodiola and cordyceps and holy basil, Siberian ginseng. These are nutrients that help to increase your detoxification process, which will give you more energy for burning fat. Now let's chat about this. Number 3, we want you to start moving, but I don't want you to think of it as like working out, all right? I'm not talking about going to the gym and, spending tremendous amounts of time. I'm just simply saying regular body movements, going for a walk, giving yourself 10 minutes to, walk around at your office for an afternoon stroll, doing something to get you up and active and moving. Just 10 minutes a day has been shown to help improve your blood sugars, decrease, listen to this, ghrelin, give you a better adiponectin lift, and help to balance your leptin levels so you actually feel full. Think of it more as like you can do simple things. A basic walk with your kids when you get home or your spouse. Enjoying a 10-minute sort of post-lunch, let me just go outside and walk around. You can do simple exercises like using resistance bands to do just body movements. Very, very easy things to get your body moving, and it's been shown it helps to improve circulation. It stimulates lymphatic drainage. It oxygenates your tissues. It can balance neurotransmitters in your brain, which helps to lower cortisol. It can reduce stress. It can improve your overall mood and happiness. And they've even shown that just simple get up out of your desk chair, walk around the office, go for a 10-minute walk. Do this when you get home with your kids or your spouse, and what you find is better mental clarity and even better movement and memory. Number 4, it's a big one, guys. You've got to prioritize your sleep. There's polls taken by the National Sleep Foundation that show 60% of people experience some sort of problem sleeping at night, and the majority of them say it's either they can't fall asleep or they can't stay asleep. Sleep deprivation will promote stimulation of hormones that, again, will spike cortisol, lower adiponectin, raise insulin, raise ghrelin. And if you see where I'm going with this, these are our 5 hormones that, when balanced, make us burn fat. But when they're unbalanced, we store fat instead. In a study, reduction in sleep was shown to, again, interfere with all 5 fat-burning hormones. And so if we want to start improving our sleep, here are a few things that I would recommend. Number 1, we got to stop using the over-the-counter stimulants for sleep, okay? They inappropriately affect melatonin. And while they might make you sleep, you're not actually getting a deep, restful sleep. So here's sort of my sleep tips for you, okay? Number 1, start to sleep in as dark of an environment as you can. Shut off all the lights, get some blackout shades, and really decrease the temperature. Kind of easy right now. Technically, you want to be sleeping somewhere between 60 to 65 degrees. It's an environment that induces natural production of melatonin and helps you fall asleep. Try to stay away from all electronic devices at least an hour before the time that you want to go to bed. You probably know this, but there's blue LED bright lights that come out of these screens. It stimulates your brain to think it's actually 6 a.m. in the morning, not 9 or 10 o'clock at night. Again, watch out for caffeine and other beverages late in the evening. They block the melatonin production. And you really do need to stick to a sleep cycle or a sleep schedule. It's really important that you actually start to say, okay, at this time, I'm going to begin winding down. I can take a magnesium bath. I'm going to turn all the lights off. I'm going to shut off my electronics. I'm going to start to cool my house down by turning the heat off. And I'm going to start relaxing and resting. And I'm going to fall asleep. Okay. We want to try to get in bed by at least 11 o'clock. It's the best time to fall asleep, between 10 and 11 p.m. And then again, 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Number 5 can help you sleep. Number 5 can help you with your diet. Number 5 can help you with getting your hydration rates back up. It's reducing the stress in your life. Look, especially right now, it's a huge stressful season. And this is when we tend to find most people gain weight. It's the holiday weight gain, not because of the parties and everything else, but because simply our stress gets out of hand. And what does stress do? It elevates cortisol. Studies show that chronic stress will increase cortisol, which can elevate pain, anxiety, an anxious eater, and also helps to decrease human growth hormone, shut off thyroid stimulation hormone, decrease testosterone and estrogen, and unfortunately, it activates your fat storage hormones. Some of the easiest ways to start simply reducing stress: get into the habit of taking an Epsom salt bath at night before you go to sleep. The magnesium salts are very soothing. It helps to just keep you winding down. Possibly think about using the therapeutic benefits of various essential oils. Frankincense, chamomile, and lavender have been shown to help induce relaxation, a mental state of clarity, and they actually help people fall asleep. You can even practice exercises of relaxation. Grounding has been shown to decrease cortisol. Yoga, meditation, maybe kick in one of the Abide sleep apps, which will give you sort of a guided meditation through some processes to help you focus and fall asleep. Don't forget the benefits of deep breathing and gentle stretching before you sleep. As you know me, I love to engage in prayer and reflection, so we like to say, spend some time with God before you go to sleep. The greatest purveyor of peace can come upon you if we ask for it from God above. So if we do this properly, ready for this? 5 steps to reset your hormones. Reduce your stress, increase your sleep efficiency, start moving, not exercising, but just start moving, increase the healthy fats in your diet, start hydrating your body well, and watch as your hormones naturally reset themselves. I know what you're thinking. Dr. Ernst, it sounds way too easy. Just those 5 things, yes, they're the most powerful you can ever do. And this is how we've seen patients lose tremendous amounts of weight. So I have for you a guide, a reference, a workbook, everything you need to do this. It's called Turn On Your Fat Burning Switch. This ebook is yours free. The recipes inside of it that will engage your hormones, free. The meal plans, the shopping lists, everything is free. And you're going to get invited to join a free private health Facebook group where I, myself, my team, we're going to answer your questions, Q&As as you submit them. And you're also going to get supportive emails week to week over the next 4 weeks with a sort of a challenge. Hey, go do this. Hey, implement this. Turn to page 5 and follow the guides. And what you'll see is if you do it, you get results. It's as simple as that. Okay, in summary, what are the 5 fat-burning hormones that we've got to pay attention to if we want to burn fat? Number 1, adiponectin. It's what makes you burn fat. Many of you have low adiponectin, and if you heard it from the beginning, green tea and matcha teas help to stimulate adiponectin. So do those 5 steps I mentioned on hormone balancing. Ghrelin, it makes you hungry. It comes from your stomach, and we can shut it off by hydrating with that lemon water apple cider vinegar tonic. Insulin is what makes your blood sugar get regulated, but it stores fat if really high. So we want to start eating healthy fats, decreasing our carbohydrates, and implement the 4-week insulin reduction guide found in the Fat Burning ebook. Leptin. Many of us have way too much leptin. I'm going to give you a little secret. The best way to lower leptin is to start fasting. If we can intermittent it or maybe even block fast, you'll see your leptin levels come down. And of course, cortisol, which makes our sugars go up, make our cravings go up, makes our fat go up. So we want to decrease our stress, which is very easy to do. We just need to follow those stress-busting guides that I gave you. Hey, thanks for tuning in today. I look forward to seeing you guys not only every Saturday as we wrap this new year out, or this end of this year, but as we begin the new year. 2024 can be your year of health and healing. Simply text the word weight loss with your name and email to 704-906-2094, and I'll see you guys next week. Be blessed. Have a happy holidays. Bye-bye.